Here's one that could go over, I would think, with the Vikings and the Panthers. Look, you can make fun of the Vikings all day. They definitely have a pretty good passing offense, that's for sure. But for whatever reason, they were the luckiest team last year. And what are they? The unluckiest team this year? They're just not very good. They're just bad. And again, that's what I say about the thin margins in the NFL. Is that's why teams go from first to worst a lot of times in this league. And again, it's not so much about the equivalent of who you play. Yeah, you play a tougher schedule the next year after you've had an easy schedule. And with when you're talking about the way the margins are now, look, the Vikings are kind of they opened 3.5 for the most part. But there were some shorter lines than that, and now you're up to 4. It was as high as, in fact, it's 4.5. And why, Bryce, is that because Bryce Young was announced as the quarterback? Look, I think we all look. That's the reason why last week I was on the Panthers. I said, give me, Dalton last week. It didn't even work out, but he did throw for 334 yards. I mean, he was a good fantasy quarter, but I think I had the game script right. You could have the game script right and not cover the spread, I guess, right? I said I want Dalton, but again, sometimes that is the reason why, right? If you end up doing a lot of passing or whatever the case may be. Carolina is a pretty 5-1-1 last 7 as a home underdog, and looks like Bryce Young will get the start here. It was announced yesterday that he's probable. So I would think they would go back to him here. And this looks like a fine time to do it. One of these teams is going to be 0-4. Carolina's lost by 27 points, 17 points, and 10 points so far. And they really weren't getting much done with Bryce Young at quarterback. They were better with Dalton, certainly. But who wants to trust the Vikings as a road favorite? They don't look very good at all. They don't look good, even with that offense. They're already at -7 in turnovers. So they've given up, they're giving up TDs left and right. I would think Carolina could score here. Yeah, this to me, it follows the script that I've been following to get a lot of wins right now in the NFL. Road favorite. Has been going under, but I don't think this one is. I don't think this one is. It's up to 46.5 now. I guess I've got to give it out on the show. I can't go premium. Not when it was as low as 44, and everyone's thinking the same thing. That Carolina Vikings are going to be able to score. Carolina, I mean, they certainly would have to prove themselves here. Bryce Young wasn't necessarily doing as much. No guarantee he is the starter yet. Like I say, it's probable. I would imagine they're going back to Bryce Young. I think that's what everything is saying, too. But Kirk Cousins, I mean, maybe he puts the team into such situations, but I'm going over. I'm just going over. That's all there is to it. Even though, sometimes NFL, these road favorite unders, not a lot of handicapping to it. And I don't want to say it like that because NFL, I'm doing very, very well. And I'm not saying that's the only reason. I don't do it like that, but that's where the starting point is. So I usually look to the starting point and then, see, is it indeed the way that I want to go? And here, the starting point is look to the under first because you've got a road favorite in the NFL. But I don't think that I can do that in this game. I think I'm going over. I am going over as my play for sure. At 46.5, for darn sure. All right. I don't trust the Vikings cover on the road right now.